Alright, here we are. Expert Dinosaur mode. Doing our week 2 of Skullgirls. And I'm going to be honest with everybody. We actually did this video once. And then our recording equipment like botched on us. And just shut off. So we're doing it again. The whole damn thing. This is Appalusai and Dreo. Doing a first to 5. I guess this would be... It's still a first to 5. But... I'm not going to tell you guys who won the last first to 5, because that don't matter no more.
Well, it's obvious right now.
Well, there you go. Alright, so we already know who won the last first to 5. We're going to see who's going to win this first to 5.
Yeah, if anybody wants to know, Dragon was pretty good.
There you go.
He definitely was not.
In either case, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about all the stuff that we talked about before. I don't know. I might not go into the same excruciating detail, but essentially, what we went over before is the fact that the character polls have been taken again, and we are now down to 4 characters. Aeon, Annie, Eliza, and Manette. And I kind of went round robin, and I asked everybody what they thought, and it turns out that everyone here is an Eliza supporter. And I'll be honest, I think a lot of that has to do with me. Kit Ziza.
Make up your own name.
Just call me Kit. I don't know, kind of influencing people. But, essentially, you know, I wanted to talk a little bit about all the characters and, like, what their roles are and what it might mean for whoever's voted in. So, we'll go over that. Wow, that was convincing. Was that the first one?
Yep. First match, first set.
There you go. There you go. First set. That was first round. First match, first round.
Yeah, there you go. Whatever you said.
You get to take the set. In any case, so we have Annie, who is the host of her own TV show, warning little girls all over the Canopy Kingdom about the dangers of the Skull Heart, and I guess why you shouldn't pursue it. Her parents made a wish on the Skull Heart that she would be able to avoid all the horrors of adulthood, and because of that, she is stuck perpetually as a child. At some point, someone must have ripped out her eye because she doesn't have it, and she keeps it around in her little doll.
That is creepy.
It's creepy. Yeah.
It's in the mouth.
It's in the doll's mouth.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe if Annie gets voted in, her story will
Let me
explain.
see how you taste.
Exactly. Okay, so that's creepy as hell. And so yeah, we got that, and
Is she in one of the backgrounds?
yeah, she is in one of the backgrounds, but very casually. If we get that background, I will actually point out where she is, because she's on a billboard in one of the stages. And so, Annie has a pretty crucial role in the Skullgirls story. If she gets voted in, I'm sure that they're gonna put some of that to light. I don't know if her story will be canon or not. I'm actually not sure what's going on with the canonicity of the series. Is that a word? Canonicity?
It's a word now.
It's a word now. Friggin', I'm not exactly sure.
You heard it here, we coined the term.
Canonicity. I'm not exactly sure what the hell's gonna happen if she gets voted in. But her playstyle is supposed to be kind of like Soul from Guilty Gear, one of my favorite characters, and she's also inspired from Platinum from Blaze Blue, who's another one of my favorite characters. And regardless of all that, I'm still voting for Eliza. But honestly, if Annie gets
Can Miss
in,
Fortune just not die from chip on her head?
She can. You can move forward with it.
really?
Yep.
I actually don't know. If
That
I'm-
just did a bunch of damage when she had no damage. Or she had no
Well,
health.
you know that she takes a reduced amount
Yeah,
of
but I mean
damage.
when she had no health, like literally there was no bar.
I don't know, honestly. I don't want to tell you something that's wrong. But regardless of whether or not, if Annie gets in, I'll probably be like trying her out, and maybe even picking her up. But Eliza's the one that I want to win, which is kind of based on Abba, and for a bunch of other reasons. Storyline-wise, her parasite knows Leviathan and Samson from their previous dark past, and so I'm kind of hoping that that some of that will come to light if she is included in the game. Not only that, she's a diva, and that might play off Squiggly, because Squiggly is also, she comes from a long line of opera singers. And so...
Seems like everybody's in the circle for something.
Well, Squiggly is the opera singer. Eliza's a
Everyone's into
diva.
like some kind of show business.
Yeah, you know, it's the Canopy Kingdom. If you're not in show business, then you're probably whooping.
I mean, I guess that's why everything's themed with the whole like 30s and 40s movies style.
Yeah.
Like the whole menus and all that.
What do you guys think about that style?
I like it.
It's cool. It's
like it.
different.
It's refreshing.
It's refreshing. I like
The whole
that.
Betty Boop scene. Betty Boop!
They should add Betty Boop in the game.
As a cameo.
Yes, that would be horrifying and and absolutely awesome. Last video, we came up with a friggin' idea which I thought was pretty cool, so I'm gonna readdress it in this video. First off, if anybody knows, maybe they could elaborate. So we know Squiggly's coming out next because she's essentially pretty much already done. With Big Band coming out after that, but I don't know if it will be the third DLC character after that, or if they're coming out with Robo Fortune after that.
Maybe I'll catch up to you.
If anybody knows, post it in the comments. All three of you who watch these videos, somebody tell us.
All three being us in this room.
Yes! If any of us in this room know that information, please
Tell us.
tell us. That way we can be like, oh, well, you could have just told us that during the video.
Yeah, we haven't evolved enough to have a hive mind yet, so...
No, we haven't. But yeah, so I you know, Drail was asking a question. If Misfortune is all about puns, then will Robo Fortune be all about memes? And if so, that would be pretty bitchin'. That should probably happen. But yeah, I don't know at what point Robo Fortune is actually coming in. And, you know, friggin' Mike Z said that Robo Fortune was going to play about as differently as Kai to Robo-Kai and Guilty Gear. And I like Robo-Kai and Guilty Gear. He's one of my, like, characters, but...
Ridiculous damage.
Kai... Or, I don't know. They play very differently, that's kind of my point. Into your special?
What?
Oh, don't know what happened there.
Yeah, see? Woo!
It's because you started on the head, huh? Like you were crawling on the head? Weird things happen with that head.
I know.
Yeah,
It's
see?
my lifesaver.
Easy mode.
Weird things happen with that head. I know that if you're using Valentine and you use her, like, rush special, it used to... Oh! Drail, you wanted to know where Annie was in the background?
She's right next to the club sign.
Yeah.
It's her head.
Annie
Oh, I
Star?
see.
Yeah, that's a picture of her. In a reference to her. Oh! I also realized that Eliza's there, too. She's on the top of the building in the middle. With the Egyptian thing. There you go. I mean, it's all set up. Either one of them to win will be fine, honestly. If we're talking about adding characters just for the sake of story mode, friggin' Marie or Umbrella should actually be the ones getting in, but I don't know what the chances of that are. So, go ahead and talk a little bit about the other two characters that have the potential to get in. Aeon, which a lot of people have problems with. That's good. What are we at right now?
2-1.
2-1. Okay. Aeon, who is the Trinity, you know, with Venus and I think Double.
Trinity.
Yeah, the
Not to
Holy.
be mistaken with the Matrix Trinity.
Or the Holy Trinity. Or maybe to be mistaken with both of them, because I think they actually are all plays off each other. You know, I'm gonna interject real quick. I'm gonna interject myself, because I'm kind of ranting. I thought that one of the characters in the background on this stage would have been added.
The chick with the red hair?
Either the chick with the red hair, or the kind of green-looking chick next to her. You know? Or the dude with the buzzsaw through his head.
Yeah, I don't remember any of these.
Yeah, none of them, or Ryu back there. I mean, the guy with the buzzsaw in his head, I think that's his hammer, or maybe it's the girl in front of him.
Hobo Ryu.
Yeah, Cobra Ryu should definitely be in the game. Except you can't call him Ryu for copyright issues, but... Your special does uber damage too!
Yeah.
That's because I hit him and his head.
Ah,
You should learn not to put his head all over the place.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Oh man.
But,
Get your hand again.
so yeah, people are, you know, are saying that it's too early for such a high caliber, like, bad guy to be added. And I don't know if Aeon's a bad guy, but she's definitely, you know, just essentially has more power than some of the other characters. And I would like to note that, you know, typically in fighting games, you don't put your very strongest, like, characters in the game, like, early on. You save them for later games. Take BlazBlue, for example. We are just now hearing that Hazama's, like, true form will be added to the, like, continuum
but,
shift.
that's just what they're saying.
I mean,
they didn't. You don't necessarily mean that. Doesn't necessarily mean they thought of that right from the get-go. I mean, Mike Z wanted, like, you know, Double's true bad form is coming out.
well, I'm just saying. Okay, in the first BlazBlue, you had Hakumen, who is Jin from the future. And he was a bad guy, and he was the boss, and he was alright. You know, he was a playable character, he was a boss, whatever. Then in Continuum Shift? No.
3-1?
It's 3-1?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. In the next, because we're doing 5-1, yeah? Okay. In the next BlazBlue, you had Hazama, but it wasn't apparently Hazama as one of the 6 heroes, not to go into a whole tangent of BlazBlue like lore, but long story short, you got your heavy hitters coming in the next game. And I think that if Aeon gets in, she should come in later. Or at the very least, if Aeon comes in, I feel like I'm going to be almost forced to also vote Venus in. Not that I can do that by myself, but I will probably be voting for Venus to also get in. That way, storyline-wise, you know, at least we'll have all 3 of the Trinity, and, you know, that'll be kind of cool. You know, I always kind of wanted the Elvis-looking dude with the pompadour in the background with the star in his back to be added to the game. Kind of looks like a badass. Or maybe it's just that pose that he's striking. Whatever. What else did we talk about? Or what else have they recently mentioned? Before I talk about Manette, you know, the Xbox patch is dropping in, like, essentially 2 weeks. So Drea will finally be able to get the game. And, what else? Oh! They talked about the 2 new stages that are being added. The casino with all the characters that won the Indiegogo stuff. Lucky dogs. And, like, the rooftop of, like, some plays. I'm actually pretty interested to see that stage. Honestly, no fighting game is complete without a rooftop stage. You know, since they added one in Street Fighter 2, that was Ryu stage. Every good fighting game should have a stage where they're fighting on rooftops. That's just...
It's like a necessity now?
It is! You know? Not all fighting games have it, but all good fighting games do. You know? That's my personal belief. You know? That's what I learned in school.
Bros.
Even Smash Bros. Which is one of the greatest fighting games of all time, so...
Of course it is.
If they put in a rooftop stage, you know, then everyone else should too. Is it from Earthbound? Oh, yeah.
And the one in Melee is.
The one in Melee is. The one in the original Smash Bros. Is Hyrule Castle. That's technically a roof stage. They're on top of the roof.
They're not on top of the roof.
Where are they?
In the courtyard? And I don't know.
No, like with the tornado that spawns on the rooftop. In the original Smash Bros.
Oh, yeah.
That's a rooftop
I thought you were
stage.
talking about Melee.
And there's the Peach Trap.
Peach's Castle is another rooftop. There's several rooftop stages in Smash Bros.
Well, alright, it's 4-1 now.
Alright, well... Okay, if alright, let's talk about Manette a little bit. So, Manette is the River King's daughter. Storyline-wise, she gets kidnapped, and she's cute. Now, all that's great, but, you know... I mean, and if she gets in, fine. Honestly, if anyone gets in, I like all the characters enough to, you know, not feel too angry or anything. I mean...
Every time you do that, it's unsafe, Drea. I'm gonna grab you every time you do that move and I block it.
Go, dude. You gotta...
Like that.
You gotta stay safe. You gotta stay safe. That
Like
is
that.
a fundamental rule. Oh! Woo! He's learning. The man is adapting. He is downloading. But yeah, so if Manette gets in, I'm fine with it, but like storyline-wise, she almost seems like she has a side storyline. She's gonna get kidnapped, and maybe she'll be able to escape. You know, gameplay-wise, Appaloosa kind of hinted, or not hinted, but he said, like, in the last video, which you guys will never get to see, because it's gone, that, is that it? Is that over? Okay.
No, it's one more.
We got one more thing.
Calm down.
Alright,
Manette will be a hard character to play because level-up characters are typically much harder to play than other characters.
Yeah, like
on a
Frank,
competitive level.
like Frank West. And I feel like a lot of people who voted for Manette actually don't really play, you know, because the poll says that most people that supported the Indiegogo don't really play competitively. I'm not going to say they don't play casually, and I'm definitely not trying to offend anybody, but, you know, that's what it seems like. A lot of people kind of feel like Manette should be in the game because she's cute, even though none of the other characters in Skullgirls are particularly cute. Here we got Painwheel, who's been tortured for, you know, a good portion of her life, who has her spine coming out of her back, against a woman who consistently rips herself apart to do damage. I don't see Manette really fighting on par with either one of these girls, but, you know, people want her. I think that it would be a smart idea to have either Eliza in the game or Annie in the game. That's just me. Let's see. And then that's that. That's the first to 5. It actually kind of went a little faster than last time. But, so, I guess that's it. We'll do this again next week. And until then, it's Expert Dinosaur Mode signing out. This is Kit, Dreo, and,
Appalusai. Bye-bye.
We'll see you next time.